So I'm up here in Gay Head, down on Moshup Beach. I've had my eye on the time and the tide for the last week, waiting for a low tide towards the end of the day, and I guess this is it. I've been home with 3 little kids, age 3, 2.5, and 10 months, since about 7:30 this morning. Home with them for most of the day, so I really felt like I needed to get out and away. And I'm going to do something a little different today. I have my Pentax K1000 with me. I'm going to be shooting exclusively black and white Tri-X. About 6 months ago, while I was in the process of scanning a lot of old negatives, I suddenly had the hankering to get back to film shooting again. I had not shot film in about 20 plus years. And there was something about handling the film, and it just brought back so many memories. So I went up to Newtonville Camera outside of Boston, and I found this nice little K1000, which is very similar to the Spotmatic F that I shot most of my early family life with. And what's interesting is I shot a lot of black and white film in those days, and some of it I made into contact sheets in my darkroom, and quite a lot of it I did not. So I'm seeing these images really for the first time, because in those days, as a young mother, I was kind of busy, and I thought, well, I'll develop the film, I'll file them, and eventually I'll get around to printing them. And I guess eventually is right around now, although I'm not exactly sure how much time I have left to do this. There's a lot of film. Anyway, this has been a great experience getting back to film. It's a completely different way of shooting. It's all manual focus, manual shutter speed, manual aperture, and everything about it is very slow. I can't focus this camera particularly fast, so it takes me a while to focus, and because I don't want to waste film, I think for quite a long time about what I want to photograph. I'm not just going clickety click, click, click the way I would do with the digital camera. And I have to say I'm enjoying it. So I am here. Well, the one thing I wasn't counting on was the fog. And it's okay. I don't mind the fog. I've taken a lot of great photographs in the fog. So I'm going to be shooting at probably, and by the way, this is a 50 millimeter 1.4 lens. It's not the original lens that I bought the camera with. This is a little bit faster lens that I found at KEH. And I'm pretty happy with it. It came through nice and clean, nice and clear. So I'm thinking we're at ASA 400, and there are some bright spots. So we're right around 250 at a 16th of a second. So again, this is going to be a little bit different than my usual offerings. As always, it's a little chit chat, a little scenery, and the main event will be the photos at the end, which you're going to have to wait for, because I have to develop the film and scan it, get it into my computer. And oh yeah, that's another thing I like about shooting film. I like not seeing the picture. It brings back some of the mystery. So it's slow, it's methodical, and it's a little mysterious. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Off I go. I was wrong. We are going to shoot at f8 at 250th of a second. I also have to remember to wind the film. Wait for a wave to come up. Okay, lovely, lovely. So I have about 20 shots on this roll left, and it'll be something if I use the whole roll up, because as I said, this goes very slowly. And this is my favorite time at this beach, during low tide when the rocks are exposed, these big glacial boulders. There's some nice little glassy waves here. Makes me realize that it's almost time to get my wetsuit out and start swimming again. Of course, with 50 millimeters, I have to do a lot of zooming with my feet, which I don't mind. Love that click. The other thing that I'm kind of excited about, and this is a small thing, but maybe not so small, I have a new sticky patch on my wireless mic to keep my dead cat on. For $15, I bought a set of sticky things from a company called Rave. And so far, so good. I know I chased this dead cat all over Ireland, and I'm happy that I'm not going to have to do that anymore. So yeah, we'll see about getting these clay cliffs in black and white. Of course, I could always shoot this with my digital camera and convert it to black and white, but I don't know. This is so much fun. I just love this. There I go. I've got to remember to wind this thing. Clunk. Click. I love this old wood. Love these old weathered logs. I'm not exactly sure why I bother filming this stuff. It's kind of, on some level, it's the most narcissistic thing I've ever done in my life. Actually, videoing myself, okay. But it's all the rage. And who knows, maybe after I'm long gone, somebody will appreciate it. Actually, it's kind of fun. It's a little bit therapeutic, too, because on another level, I see myself walking along, and I see myself taking pictures, and it actually reminds me that I exist. It's some sort of existential exercise. Oh, look at these cliffs. Should be able to get some nice texture out of this. Lovely. The light is actually quite nice. It's pretty foggy, but every now and then a little bit of brightness comes through. I actually love this kind of light. Sort of dramatic, wistful, nostalgic. Now, I don't know how I feel about these stone sculptures. During the summer, they're all over the place. And I think mostly they're kind of a defacement. I'd rather not see them. But I guess for about the last 20 years, they've been prominent on this beach. People can't help themselves. They want to balance the rocks. Okay, what the heck? Love this old driftwood. You know, I don't know if any of these photos are going to amount to anything, but why not? Can't quite get the angle I want. Here we go. Hope I can get some of the texture of this driftwood. I wonder where this thing came from. It's huge. It's an old timber, maybe from Maine. I can't imagine that it started off here. I've got kind of a simple setup today, just the Joby and the Mark III. Not a lot to deal with, not a lot to carry. I guess I've shot about 32 frames since I've been here. Actually, 10 were already gone, so I guess about 25. Now we're getting down to some serious rock country. This is a beautiful piece of wood. Beautiful piece of driftwood. I love this circle on a triangle. Here comes the tide. So I'm getting a little cold, so I'm going to head back. I must be a little crazy to be doing this because I am so far behind in my photo projects and video projects and editing. It's ridiculous. I'm going to have to live another 100 years to catch up with myself. Or, I don't know, at least 20? That would make me 92. Please, God, one more day and I'd be happy. Yep, cold and damp. Time to head out. Oh yeah, I gotta say, I am frozen to the bone. It got very cold down there. Time to go home. I guess this is what you would call a soft Irish day. Very damp, very foggy, and suddenly very cold. you.